3 years on YouTube. I've had my ups, I've had my downs. I've had no subscribers, and now I have 188 subscribers. I've had my drama here too, but that's not what this video is about. You go check out the other video if you want to hear me talk about the drama I've had, and probably the 2 videos I talk about the drama I've had and the fun times I've had on YouTube. But that's not what this video is about. This video is a Q&A session. Now, I opened up my fan mail Gmail up to you sending me questions, and I said you could send me questions on YouTube via PM. And I only got 1 response. Out of 188 people, I've got 1 response. But it's a great response. It's by a great person. She's been my subscriber for quite some time. And that person is BeniHimeOriHime. Great screen name, by the way, Benny. BeniHime, which is Kisuke Urahara's Zanpakuto, and Orihime Unue. I hope that's where you got those characters from. If not, I'm boned. But yeah, go subscribe to her. Go check out her videos. And her question to me was, what are my top 5 favorite animes? So, I didn't really have a top 5 list ready, so I had to go through and think up a couple lists. I'm sure she wanted just to know what my top 5 all-time favorite animes were, but she asked me a question, she didn't send any parameters, so I did top 5 drama, top 5 action, top 5 comedy, and the top 5. The top 5. But let's get right into it. Top 5 drama. Death Note. I like Death Note because it talks about whether or not killing can be good, whether or not killing criminals is good. And there's a lot of undercurrents that get discussed in that show. It's fun to see, fun to watch. Number 4, Code Geass. Sort of the same thing about Death Note I like, but it talks about imperialism, invading a country, demolishing its culture, and then wondering why they revolt. Number 3, Blood Plus. It delves into whether or not what she's doing is right, whether or not exterminating her race is good, just for the sake of the humans. And she goes about and kills them, and she has to go fight her sister. Very dramatic. I love it. Number 2, Technolize. If you've never heard of it, go check it out. It's a really sort of cerebral anime. It's sort of like on the vein of Paranoia Agent, but it's great. And number 1 is Trigun. Yes, there's a lot of comedy to it, but it does have its dramatic points. The death of Nick D. Wolfwood, the encounter between, the relationship between Knives and Vash, how you can see that they're so very similar but so very different. They come from the same place, but they have 2 completely different takes on the humanity, just like in Blood Plus. It's got cerebral parts to it with Legato. I think the motherfucker with the gigantic shoulders and the thing on one shoulder. I think it's Legato. Blue Summers is his name. I also like it just because it's well-rounded. It's not just straight one or the other. Top 5 action. Number 5 is Ergo Proxy. I really haven't watched it through, but as far as I've seen, there's a lot of action to it, cyborgs and shit like that. It's really good. Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex is number 4. The reason I chose that as number 4 is because I like it. It has a lot of action. Has a female protagonist, Motoko Kusanagi. Has good action scenes. The animation's great. It didn't need to be, but it is. A bunch of other stuff. There's other animes I would have put on these lists, but these are like the top 5 I like, that are classified under drama, action, comedy. I'll do other lists of anime. I'll revise them and talk about them later, but Ghost in the Shell, Standalone Complex 4 on top 5 action for various reasons. Number 3 is Trigun. Yeah, I know it's already on drama, but can't blame me. It's got a lot of action to it. Number 2 is Witch Hunter Robin. It's got great animation. It's got great action scenes with witches and how different witches have different powers. Robin herself is very in the action. Amun, I think, is one of the dudes too. Number 1, Mobile Suit Gundam Wing. If you've ever seen it, you know it's chock full of action. It's giant mechas going toe to toe and just demolishing fucking city blocks and just destroying, it's just plain destroying shit. And there are a lot of political statements that are made in that anime, but it's mostly just blowing shit up with giant mechs. Top 5 comedy. Number 5, G Gundam. Yeah, it's an actiony sort of thing, but it's got a lot of deadpan comedy. 4, Outlaw Star, same kind of thing. Very action oriented, but Gene Starwind, he just has those one-liners. Number 3, DBZ. Just because it is supposed to be comedy. Number 2, Fooly Cooly. Just because it is just fucking random and awesome show. And number 1, Rurouni Kenshin. Just because it is very action and very dramatic, but it does have those great moments where Kenshin is just like, Oro? He's like, what the fuck's going on? Alright, and top 5 all time. I'm actually gonna revise my all-time list because I just thought of something. Number 5 is I had originally Rurouni Kenshin, but number 5 now is going to be Cowboy Bebop. It's a great anime, great voice actors, great animation, very drama oriented and great story driven. Number 4, FMA has, if you don't know, Full Metal Alchemist. And I'm talking about the original, not the reboot Brotherhood. The reason it's number 4 is because it has a lot of touching moments. It has one of the saddest scenes in it, bar fucking none, and that is the funeral of Maze Hughes. Just having his daughter Gracie, his daughter just crying out like, "Why are they putting Daddy in the ground? He's not gonna be able to do his work." Like it gives me fucking chills. Like just seeing that, it tears at your heartstrings because she doesn't understand. She doesn't really grasp death, and it's just like he was such a great comedy relief, and he was such a great character, and just to lose him in an anime series is horrible. Number 3, Code Geass. I did it because it was really going to be the only sort of mecha action show on my list, and I really liked it. Maybe I should have put FMA first, but FMA is 3rd, but I like Code Geass a little bit more than FMA. Number 2, Witch Hunter Robin. Again, I liked it because of the story, a bunch of other shit. And number 1 is the dot hack animes. Some people that say that's a cop-out, like with me not choosing one specific dot hack series, but maybe so. But it's an overarching story, and they're all great, and they're all part of the same canon. So I can say the dot hack anime series in my own mind because I make up the rules for these lists by criteria. And just because the dot hack anime is and Thanks BeniHimeOriHime. Go subscribe to her. Thanks for this question. It made me think, which I don't do a lot. But yeah, thanks, and go subscribe to her. And go check out my other video where I talk about my past on YouTube. Peace out.